Hey guys, so I thought it'd be really fun to take you on a virtual imaginary tour of things that I'm thinking about doing in the youth room so that you guys kind of get a picture of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and maybe you can envision it and get excited about like I am. I'm super thrilled. So we're going to walk down this hallway here. And the first thing that I noticed when walking down this hallway, all right, is that once you get past this music room, there's this blank wall right here. There's this blank wall. Now I would totally love to take this wall space and create something here. Put something on here that kind of introduces people to the youth. Kind of maybe highlights some things that we're doing. I don't really know what it looks like yet, but I just see a blank canvas that's here just ready for us to do stuff with. Now we do share obviously this wall with other classrooms and so we got to be careful and considerate of other people, but it's definitely an option, definitely something I'm pursuing to see what we can do here, and I'm always up for some ideas and trying to figure that out. So here we are, we're going to walk into the youth room, and the first thing I want you to see here is on the left-hand side when you walk in is this little dresser. Now I definitely want to get rid of this thing. I want to build a counter space as a welcome center where you have a monitor that's running some words or some announcements. You can have your handouts here. You can have the little guest packets for people who come in. On the back side of this unit would be some shelves where you can put Bibles and their Blu-ray player and that kind of stuff. Because right here in this corner where this thing is, I would like to actually move this, put the TV here. You've already seen the seating, so you're sitting in it right now, so you would see why it would be best to have a TV over here instead of where it currently is. So there's that. On this wall, when you walk in, right now is an empty bulletin board. I would love to make this our job center, where there would be some different jobs that you can do on Wednesday night. Whether it's greeting new people, if new people would come in, kind of introducing them to other people, taking a prayer slot where you would actually pray, at the beginning or the end for our Wednesday night gathering. Jobs like that. Something that's simple, that's not too complicated, but it gives you guys an opportunity to serve, and it gives you an opportunity to be participants in what we're doing on Wednesday night. Because this isn't all about me. This is about you guys. All right? It's about you. It's about us reaching our unsaved friends, but it's also about you growing and learning. So we'd have that job bulletin there. Obviously, we can move around some decorations to accommodate the new shift in furniture. This pole I'm not really sure what to do with yet. I kind of like having it as some announcements, where you can put stuff on there. I don't really know. So if you have any good ideas, let me know on that. Back here, I want to make this kind of our information center. I want us to have, sign-up sheets, like it's already back here, sign-up sheets, some information about different things that we're trying to do. The youth worship team, Christmas cookie fundraisers here right now. There are quiet time journals. I do have some more tools coming, such as how to study your Bible, how to share your testimony, that kind of stuff that can help you on your spiritual journey. And stuff that we'll talk about, developing your spiritual habits and feeding yourselves. Just like a baby, you don't feed a child till they're 18. Your parents don't sit down, put you in a crib or a high chair and put a bib on you and feed you with a spoon and wipe your face when you're all done. You learn to feed yourself, and that's kind of what we want to do there with the spiritual habits. We'd also post on here, things that are going on, whether they're in the area, whether they're pretty close, Christian events, concerts, maybe even information from colleges. So if you're a senior, you can look back here. Basically, this is just to be an information center all around. So you can get information on different things, different service opportunities, different events or things that you can go to that maybe we're not necessarily doing as a youth group, but that are there and available to do. Also, we'd have a table then for food if we had any food, if anybody brings pizza again, or that stuff kind of happens, we will definitely have that. Many of you have seen the couch already. Now, I do have to tell you something about this couch. I absolutely love this couch. You might think I hate it, but I absolutely love this couch. In fact, I sit right here. You can probably see all the wrinkles. That's actually not for me. I haven't sat in this yet. But I come here almost every day to do work, and I and I love sitting in this couch. I absolutely love sitting in this couch. However, if you take a look at the space that it actually takes up, realistically, if you take that out of there and you set some sort of chairs up, you can fit twice as many people in there. I mean, if you cram on this couch, you could probably fit 10, maybe 11 people, but of course you're always touching then, and who wants to touch, right? So as of right now, this is okay, but I'm definitely planning on growing. Getting more youth in here, getting more bodies in this room. And so, as we grow bigger, we're going to have to get rid of this couch. So just start preparing now for it. But I do love this couch. I think it's great. I think maybe we should donate it to me when it's all said and done, or not. All right. So anyway, moving on. Looking back behind the couch, right now we have a whiteboard. Obviously, that whiteboard won't help very much back there behind the couch. So we're going to move that out. And I'm going to try to get another bulletin board back there. Now, what that bulletin board would be a showcase for your art, for your pictures, for your, poems if you write anything, whatever you're doing. I mean, a lot of you have already seen this that Elisa drew. That's a perfect example of something that you could put up there. A little showcase where we can showcase you guys. Pictures of our events, we can post stuff up there. It's just a showcase of you guys, so people can come in and see it. If you're contributing with drawing or poetry or a story or something like that, we'd have it hanging up there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then you get it back and do whatever with it you wanted to do. But I think that would be really cool. We kind of already talked about this TV, moving this TV to the corner. This chair is kind of along the same lines as the couch. All right, it's comfortable. It eats up a lot of space. You can fit 2 people in this space that you can fit 1 person. So you're doubling the space that thing is using. You might even be able to fit 3 in there if you wanted to touch, but we don't. So 2. This thing I want to get rid of because, as I said before, we'd have some shelving over there on that counter. So we'd be able to store that stuff on there. And then up front here, obviously, it's kind of messy right now. I got some of my junk up there, and this yellow couch, it's got to go. I dub it the sleeping couch. Every time that I've visited, or the last few weeks, whenever somebody sits on that couch right there, they fall asleep. And we don't want any of that happening. I'm not that boring, I don't think. So, we're going to be getting rid of that. We're going to be getting rid of the green chair. The beanbag chairs can set up down here on the floor, so people can use them. I think those are great. But up here, up front, I'm kind of, picturing this as our stage area. As we grow, as our youth worship team grows, we got a little bit of room for growth. Also, I mean, you can see as you're sitting there, you can see the kind of space that's between you and there. I mean, there's room for a stage for a worship band there. You get an electric drum kit or something going on as we get there. It could be really good. It has a lot of potential. I definitely want to keep that wall black. Totally thinking about doing some cool stuff to deck it out, to make it look really nice and really sharp. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Ultimately, what it comes down to is this. It's like the church sanctuary. People might come and visit a week, not be able to find a room because it's so full. Maybe they'll come again the next week. Maybe they'll even come again the week after that. But if they're new and they don't feel invited, they don't feel like there's space for them, they're not going to stay. That's why I know Pastor and the elders are ready to build a bigger sanctuary so that more people will come and more people will stay. The same thing is in this youth room. All right. If our job as a youth ministry is to reach those who aren't Christian, to invite them in and to get them here, to teach them about Jesus, then we should want to have room for them. And the way that the room was set up before with the couch in the middle, I mean, it was comfy, but there wasn't a lot of room. There was a lot of wasted space in there. I just remember last Wednesday when, the last one that we met, when Simon brought the pizza and we set up the table. I mean, there was just like no room to get around. It was very difficult. I know Jeff and Christy have been sitting off on the side there, and I mean, it was just really difficult to get around, and we had to put parents behind the couch, and there just wasn't a lot of room. And I think that as a visitor, when you walk into the room and you see that it's already kind of crowded, there's not enough room in there, it makes you feel a little bit more uncomfortable, and it makes you feel like there's no room for you, that they don't really want you there, that they're kind of happy with the way things are. You know, it's just perception. It's just that initial perception, and so what I'm trying to do by moving around this room and opening it up like this, yes, it seems like there's a big space. You know, as you stand up here and you look back on the couch, it seems like it's so far away. And it is. Because guess what? There's a lot more room. There's more room for people to come in. There's more room for your friends to come. There's more room for this stuff to happen. And there's more room for unbelievers, for non-believers to come in and hear about Jesus. And I think that's totally worth it. You know, I realize that some of these things might not happen. I realize that some of these ideas may be turned down by, you know, those who have the final say in what we can do and what we can't do in here. But I think it's worth trying. I think it's worth seeing what we can do to this room, to this environment, to make it inviting for your friends to come and for your friends to stay. You know, I really think that we need to give God the best that we can, and that means even utilizing the space and the resources that we have. You know, we want to be inviting to others. At least I do. I hope you do too. So this is a brief virtual tour of kind of what I'm thinking. So let's talk.